Hi, I'm Tim Carpenter, and I'll be leading a two-part webinar on implementing electronic health record systems. Now, during the webinar, I'll be reviewing with you what I've found to be key elements for project success. One of the tools that I've found to be very helpful is the project charter. Now, when there is lack of agreement on project objectives, scope, and timeline, projects often miss deadlines and at times fail to be fully implemented. This is where the project charter really comes in and can be helpful. The project charter is the source document that the steering committee manages with. It becomes that document of common agreement about the project. So let's talk about a few of the aspects of this. One area that comes out of actually your business requirements gathering is being clear in your project charter about your reason for undertaking the project. What are the primary goals and objectives for your project? What's the business problem you're trying to solve? That needs to be clearly documented in the project charter with a committee having common agreement about those objectives. Then secondly, you're going to be very clear about your project scope and approach. Now when we talk about scope, we really need to be clear about what's in scope and out of scope. For example, in scope, maybe building an electronic match of your current paper-based treatment planning process. Now, out of scope may be data conversion. You may be making a deliberate decision to start with a clean system and not bringing in data from an old legacy system. So scope needs to be very clear, and again, is something that the committee needs to be in agreement on. The approach. It's important to talk about how you're going to phase your approach. Are you going to implement the billing functionality first and then implement full clinical documentation? Again, you want to be very clear about the phase and the approach of the project. And also in the project charter, you agree on broad project timelines and milestones. And this is a high-level view. This isn't the detailed tasks and due dates, but more the high-level view of when major components of your project are going to be done. This is a tool and part of the process that the steering committee will use to monitor overall project success and project progress. And then finally, resources, and specifically human resources required for the project and also financial. Now my experience is organizations are very good at documenting and being clear about their financial resources needed for a project, but what's usually underestimated is the human resource involvement. The committee needs to be very clear about what the human resource commitment is going to be from each department so departments can adequately prepare for that. If that's not clear, again, that can be a place of interruption and cause challenge with getting the project done on time. So during the webinar, we'll be working through a detailed process of developing the project charter. I'll leave you with a template that you'll be able to use and implement in your own organization. We'll also be talking about other project success factors. So I hope you can join me.